Hello, my name is Scott, and this is a video feedback for my experience with the 9010 MedBed. My background, real quick, is I'm ordained as a Zen monk, studied and practiced Zen at a small temple outside of Tokyo, Japan for 10 years. And in addition to that, I do energetic healing and balancing, which I've studied and practiced for over 10 years. And most of that work, almost all of that work, has been done remotely. So I'm experienced with the feeling of this connection with something that's not in the room or not anything that I can see. What I did for my test with the MedBed was I did 3 sessions, one in the morning, one at noon, and then one later in the afternoon. Each one of those lasted about 30 minutes and 45 minutes, and the reason it lasted that long is that's when I felt like it was over. It was time to get up. So it went from the whole process went from about 9 in the morning till 5 p.m. Each time I did this, I did feel some sort of connection, and I did feel some sort of, I had some experience. And from my Zen background, what we don't like to do is we don't like to use our minds to label experience. The experience is pure. The mind uses concepts and labels that are generated from beliefs and conditioning to talk about the experience. What I did is each time I laid down and I had one simple affirmation, and this is nothing that I expect to happen overnight. It's a business process I've been struggling with, hoping to achieve for over 20 years. And I made that my intention, or my affirmation was to succeed. After stating my affirmation, I simply turned over the whole experience to my higher self to control and to do whatever is needed in this physical form to bring about my affirmation. So basically, I'm just surrendering to my higher self. As I said, each time I felt connection, I felt something we could classify as woo-woo. And again, my experiences over the years has been to let these go and not to use my mind to try and compartmentalize or to digest it. And another thing I'd like to add is that each time I did this MedBed experience, I'm approaching it from the very first time. It is the very first time always, because there's no past, there's no future. So this way I don't drag any expectations with me into the next time, or I don't create an agenda. And by not creating agendas and not dragging expectations into this, I take out the room for judgment, and I can quiet my mind by focusing on my breathing and just have the experience. So I'm sorry if that's disappointing and that I can't explain all these things, but then again, I don't think they're explainable because we're talking about subtle energies, and subtle energies are just something we can't put our fingers on, we can't test them, but we know they work. I hope this was helpful, and